Hello my friend, in this video I am going to do a DistroKid HyperFollow review, as well as give you some ideas of alternatives and examples of what this page actually looks like. So hopping right into things, DistroKid HyperFollow pages are automatically created landing pages for each release that you create with links to various streaming services. It is a good free option for DistroKid users, but it is not as good as the alternative of building fully customizable landing pages with WordPress or Squarespace, which I will get into a little bit later in this article. So before I continue a little bit more into the review and breaking all of this down, everything you need to know about DistroKid HyperFollow pages, I wanted to let you know that I've also written an article on this topic, as you can see right here. So if you'd like to follow along, or if you simply prefer the written word format, simply Google DistroKid HyperFollow review, and as you can see, I'm actually the first result on the page here. So jumping right back into things, HyperFollow pages are a great way to get started with smart links for marketing your music because they are free, if you're a DistroKid user, of course, and have a decent amount of customization options. Of course, only if you are a DistroKid user. I should definitely stress that. But although it is a good place to start, any serious artist will eventually want to upgrade to having their own professional website with fully customizable landing page smart links in the style of HyperFollow. So right off the bat, does DistroKid HyperFollow work for artists? DistroKid HyperFollow does work great for DistroKid artists that want simple smart links to promote their music without having to spend any money or any excessive time on building their own website landing pages in a similar style. So with an ever-growing amount of link in bio style pages, you've probably seen them a whole bunch, particularly if you're on Instagram, but there's a lot more marketed towards artists, musicians, producers, and bands. And honestly, I think it's great that DistroKid provides a completely free options for its users built right into their service, which is already cheap enough. So here are all of the ways that DistroKid HyperFollow can help out artists. It can increase Spotify followers and listeners with the pre-save campaigns. If anyone clicks the pre-save link and connects their Spotify account, which, spoiler, no one's going to do. The pre-saves are totally stupid. I won't get into it right now, but you could also grow your mailing list with the pre-save campaigns and the post campaigns as well, because anyone who clicks on the Spotify link to pre-save or to listen to the song also has to type in their email address. And third, you can get some insight into your fan base with website analytics data, geography data, and even other music that they are listening to. And if you know anything about Facebook ads for Spotify growth, that kind of topic, these are a tool that you can use because you can actually put your Facebook pixel into them. So I think that's honestly great. However, the big problem with HyperFollow is that if you've released music yourself or are thinking about it, the idea of a pre-save campaign in particular might sound fantastic, and the pre-save is one of the bigger things that DistroKid seems to push, and I think it's because people are so obsessed with the pre-saves. But the idea is you promote the link, potential listeners click on it, choose the Spotify button, and boom, they are following you on Spotify. Your music is added to their library. You have their email, and they will automatically get an email when your music gets released. However, if you have actually released music before, you'll also know that almost no one pre-saves music. So just get real. When is the last time you actually pre-saved a song yourself? Because you just had to have it the moment it came out. Most times it's probably because it's your friend or something like that. So many times I've went to do it, and then there's just too much hoops that you need to jump with, because the integration with Spotify, how it is set up, and this is honestly with anyone, it's not just with DistroKid, but users need to type in their username and password again to make the connection, and no one's going to want to go through that hassle. It doesn't automatically have you logged into Spotify. It's a new sign-in that you have to do. So hopefully I've turned you off of pre-saves. Let's dive a little bit more into this DistroKid review to see if it's something useful that you want to actually use. So DistroKid HyperFollow is a good free option for DistroKid users looking to promote their music, but is not as good as the alternative of building their own fully customized landing page with WordPress or Squarespace. So when I first started releasing my music myself, I 100% use the DistroKid HyperFollow links because they're free, easy to create, and have some customization options. And did I mention that they're free? DistroKid has even upgraded their HyperFollow pages over time, and most notably, this is the ability to add in Facebook and Google pixels if you're running Facebook and Instagram ads to effectively promote your release. It's kind of the best way to do it at this point in time. So honestly, flat out, it's for these reasons that I wholeheartedly recommend any newer artist to start off with DistroKid and their HyperFollow pages to promote their music on release day and beyond. Before getting into the better alternative, I wanted to do some quick pros and cons. So the pros are that it's free for DistroKid users, it's easy to create and make light customizations, and the big one honestly is that Facebook and Google advertising pixel. If I had to throw another one in, it is the fact that when you submit a song with DistroKid, they're automatically created, so it does save you a little bit of time. That's definitely something to keep note on. And moving beyond that is the cons of using the DistroKid HyperFollow. The customizations options are quite light, I will say that. The page design you get is the page design that you're stuck with, and you can't really optimize it for conversion, so design it in a way that gets people to click the Spotify button as much as possible, because that really is the most important button. Also, there is the DistroKid branding at the bottom of each page, and there's no way to have a custom domain, so you can't have like yourartist.com/your song. But with that said, here is an example of what some of the DistroKid HyperFollow pages look like. Here's one for a song that I have called Nemo. It has the artwork, the name of the song. The name of the song is quite large, as you can see. A bit of a preview, and then links. They just kind of look like these little ghost-looking links. Over here is another one showing you all the links available and the DistroKid button at the bottom. And then here are two options. One for a song I have called Knitting, and one for a song called Baby that does not have the little preview link. So this is kind of what they look like. They're not bad. They're pretty like typical. I think the main issue, if I was to critique it right off the bat here, is that this one here, what would the user want to click on here? There's not really a lot of like high contrast button links for the link in bio part here, the Spotify buttons. It's hard to know what the user wants to do, especially if you're running an ad and they've already heard a bit of the song on the way here. Now they want to get straight to Spotify or whatever it is. And then honestly, there's just way too many links. I think you can customize this, but to have these to be the most effective, you want to have just one button, make it very clear, very simple what the user needs to do, let them know they're in the right place, and click over to Spotify. This is all like paralysis analysis kind of situation can definitely come up here. So with that said, what is the best alternative to DistroKid HyperFollow pages? So in my opinion, the best alternative to DistroKid's HyperFollow links is to actually build your own using WordPress, and I've also seen some good ones done with Squarespace as well. I personally do this with WordPress. The article that I'm on right here is built with WordPress, actually, and I find it to be a lot more flexible and effective, particularly if you want to kind of do the Spotify algorithm hack, which is essentially running Facebook ads over to your Spotify. You get to leverage Facebook's algorithm learning and all that stuff to target highly specific listeners. You could bring that over to Spotify to trigger the algorithm there using those listeners, and then Spotify will get you free streams by getting you similar people that are similar to the people that you brought over. So it's kind of like a flywheel effect. But beyond that, the reasons I would recommend using something like WordPress over the HyperFollow links in particular is that without paying for these services, you can actually create smart links that are exactly in the style of HyperFollow, Linktree, Toned In, Hyped It, all that kind of stuff. Because with WordPress, you can install a premium theme onto it. The one I'm using is called Thrive Themes, and it's like a drag and drop editor. So you can actually make a HyperFollow style page, you can make a Toned In style page, you can make your own combination of pages and combine things that you like from different pages and create your own ultimate smart link. And I think that's the coolest thing. You can do this without spending the money on the $20, $30 pages and whatever. You can just kind of copy their styles and go get straight to the races. On top of that, you can get a bit more streams to your music because you can A/B test them, which is like when the user hits the page, they'll either get A or B, and you could have different changes, maybe color changes, anything like that, and figure out which is the most effective for getting you streams. And you'll look a lot more professional and credible by having a custom domain instead of like DistroKid on it or any kind of branding. And you can get your brand and identity across because you can perfectly customize your smart links to look exactly how you want them to. And I think something that's definitely worth mentioning is that when you do it with this way, you actually end up with a legit and professional full-blown website. So you can do things like write articles like this, you can create courses, you can have a free shop on your page and start selling merch. And one cool thing about having a website is as the marketing landscape changes over time, like the smart links and link in bio thing is something that came up in the last couple of years really. So but with a full website, you can easily start creating new pages in that style or whatever comes up in the future. If there's a new way to market your music, you have a website and you could build off of creating it there. So really, the options are endless. You can do a Patreon membership, all sorts of stuff. So with that said, I think I might have went a little bit off there on the WordPress alternative. I should mention that if you are interested in setting up your own smart links using the WordPress style, the way that I've been doing it for the last little while, and it's how I've gotten 3-4 million streams so far on Spotify, is by using these pages. I've also put together a completely free smart link course, which will show you how to get set up with this style. And I've also included a bunch of templates. So right now I have 2 or 3 templates. I have one in the style of tone den, and I have one in the style that it's kind of I started with the tone den style and I've modified it over time to make it more conversion optimized. And this is actually the template that I personally still use to this day. And it's the one that I've used to trigger so many different Spotify editorial playlists and get 2 or 3 million streams, whatever it is. I'll put the number above. It's all from sending people to these smart links, and the templates are completely yours if you'd like to check out this free course. Link will be in the description for that. But other than that, I think that if you're just starting off, DistroKid HyperFollow is a fantastic way to go. It doesn't cost you any money, which at the beginning I think is actually incredibly important. Like things like creating your own WordPress page and having the premium theme on it, it can cost a little bit of money. It's still cheaper than using any of these other guys like ToneDead and all that stuff. But I think particularly when you're starting off, it's important to kind of go a little slower and don't drop too much money. You kind of want to build up over time, and when the time comes, start spending a bit of money. Well, at least that's just my thoughts. I'm kind of a cheap ass, so there you have it. So hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, make sure that you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. But if you really want to learn more about this stuff, there is that free smart link course in the description. Other than that, good luck on your next release, and I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.